So the hyperlinks allow us to connect one document to another document. How do we make these links work? How do we implement these links? So in order to connect the documents together through these hyperlinks, we have to answer 3 questions. The first question is, what is the page called? The second question, where is the page located? And the third one, how can we access the page? So these 3 problems had to be solved when we first created this World Wide Web system in order to implement the links. And the links are called Uniform Resource Locators. Or URLs. Now, why are they called Uniform Resource Locators? It's because they allow us to uniquely identify a resource and determine where it is located, so its location. So each page will be assigned such a uniform resource locator to it that has 3 parts. Each of the 3 parts addresses one of these 3 questions. So the first, let's take for example, HTTP www dot computerscience dot some university in the Netherlands / welcome.html. So this is an example of a URL. It has 3 parts. Can you tell me which part would answer the first question? The first question is, what is the page called? Look at the URL. What is the page called? It's called welcome.html. So this is a local name which uniquely identifies the specific page. In other words, it could be over here some directory name, let's say directory 1 dot and then welcome.html. So in this directory 1, there's only one such welcome HTML page on this particular server. So the name is unique. Which part answers where is the page located? Which part of the URL answers this question? So it's www.computerscience.some in Netherlands. This is what? This is the domain name system name of the server. So this name would allow us to what? To obtain the IP address of the server for Virgin University in the Netherlands, right? So before we can connect to this university, we need to contact the DNS server and obtain the IP address of this. And once we have the IP address, the network layer can find this server anywhere in the world. So it's going to go through all the routers in between until it reaches the destination IP address following some routing algorithm, as we have seen in the network layer. So which part here answers how can we access the page? How can we access the page? We know what is the page name, we know where it is. How are we going to request it? So we have to use the protocol, which is what? The hypertext transfer protocol that's always in the beginning of the URL that will say you are using this protocol. Can this be something other than HTTP here?
HTTPS.
And that's a different protocol. So it can be HTTPS, it can be FTP, right? SMB, have you seen that? Or maybe something else, news. So there are different protocols that can be listed in the URL. But the protocol will specify what commands the client can send to the server in order to request this page, and what is the server allowed to respond back to the client. So specific codes. Specific codes.